From reselling books on Amazon to online and retail arbitrage to working with brands to wholesale and to quitting. This is going to be my journey of selling on Amazon through FBA and WFS, which is Walmart Fulfillment Services, I believe, and why I quit. Spoiler alert, it's because it's boring. I started the journey because my dad made an offhand comment about how my grandpa was reselling glassware at trade days in Texas. And he said, you could do that, but move it online. And I said, okay. So I looked it up, went on a spiral, watched probably 500 YouTube videos about it, all of which were men, except for like maybe 3. And all of those women have also since quit and are now doing other things. So it's a very male-dominated space. To learn anything about how to do it, you have to listen to men, which we don't want to do. And I found the easiest way was to resell books. And I was a little bit behind on the trend, but that's what I started with. I downloaded some software that some guys on YouTube created and told me I should do, and I downloaded the software and started scanning books that my family had and didn't want, and my friends had and didn't want, and I sent them in. After a couple boxes of the books got sent in, I realized the shipping costs, because they were so heavy, was very high, and I was probably not making money. So I wanted to lower that. And so I went to retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. So I started retail and online arbitrage, which is basically where you buy on sales and upcharge it. I don't like it. I never really liked it. But I learned a lot. 1, I hate grocery stores. Because I started with that. I hate just the concept of online arbitrage and like buying things and selling them at a higher price. I get the point. It seems like, I don't know, capitalism. I hated it. But I learned a lot from it, like brands telling you to stop selling their stuff and because you're a third-party seller. But since I hated it so much, I started saying, all right, well, what brands can I sell, or what brands am I selling, and how can I work with the brand directly? That's when I started sending emails to all of the brands. I didn't really call that many. I called a couple because you either get a response or you don't immediately with calls. But emails, I'm better at wording things out and laying them out and saying, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing. So I did that for most of them. And I did get some emails back, and I ended up working with a couple brands. But all of them were in Canada or in Mexico. Or I worked with a distributor that worked with brands that were from Asia. After a couple emails and a couple phone calls, I had my first brand that I was working with. Online arbitrage, going back to that real quick before we get into brand work, taught me a lot. Stacking coupons, when to buy a lot of products all at once, when not to, and when to sell out of a product, not keep going, and how to deal with awkward conversations and cashiers. I guess that was retail arbitrage. But awkward things, and you're at discount stores and you're buying everything. And everyone's like, what are you doing with all of this air freshener? And then you have to be like, oh, I'm selling it on Amazon. So embarrassing. But I got better at social interactions from it, so I guess it's fine. My favorite way of selling on Amazon was doing wholesale. The thing with that, though, is there is a very high entry cost, and if you mess it up, then you have potential to lose a lot of money. But it's also the easiest, and you can buy in bulk, and until you do it enough regularly, you prep all of your inventory yourself, send it in, so you save money on a prep center. You don't have brands coming after you at that point anymore. You don't have awkward conversations at cashiers or with cashiers. Also with wholesale, you can grow a lot quicker and a lot faster if you have the capital to do so. And that's also what got me to 30K sales a month between the two, Walmart and Amazon, was doing wholesale. And it was way more fun because, yes, you had to spend a lot of time emailing and calling and talking to brand reps and all of that, but you knew the brand was working with you, or that they had to deal with the distributor, and the distributor would work with you. So a lot less work once you had the connection with the distributor, as long as they didn't raise their prices, or Amazon didn't try to kick you off the listing, or change their shipping rates. Wholesale was just my absolute favorite thing to do. But it did still involve keeping track of inventory and knowing when to place orders, when to not overbuy, when to not underbuy. Because with wholesale, a lot of distributors have minimum order quantities, even though that's good because then you can grow. You have to know what the trends are and seasonal things. Fall was my favorite because I made the most. I don't know. Wholesale, if I had to do it again, I would start with wholesale because that was just, I feel like I learned the most out of that. Things I don't like about Amazon is it changes constantly. And I don't like change. It's also another reason that I quit is because I started back in 2022, and by 2024, I kind of felt like I knew what I was doing. And then we got new administrations and all of the brands that I was working with and distributors that would get products that were based in the U.S., or the distributors were in the U.S., but the products were not, and the brands that they worked with were not in the U.S. It just got a whole lot harder to do, and I finally felt like I knew what I was doing, but then it got a lot harder because of tariffs and an orange man. This time, well, actually a little bit before this time last year, all of the brands started hiking up their prices, and my negotiation skills were not good enough, and I wasn't interested in making them any better to get them to have lower prices to work with me. I did try. Most of them said no. Some of them started working directly with Amazon. Finding new distributors was way more work than I wanted to put into it. Yeah, especially when I did everything. So I did everything from the accounting to the inventory to finding what products would be profitable, learning how different softwares, listening to podcasts. It was all on me, and I didn't like it. I learned a lot, and I'm glad I did it, but yeah, it got boring. Oh yeah, I would send a lot of emails as well to reach out to brands or distributors, get no responses. And I sent probably 50 to 100 emails when I was really in it, and I would get maybe a couple emails saying, hey, we're not taking new clients, or you need to be making this much in sales per month, or if they did respond, it was something that I wasn't doing. It was just a lot of work with very little payoff. If you are good and if you like doing inventory and if you like making connections with brands, if you have a sales personality to get those connections, then I think you could be very profitable, or at least could be very profitable and make a lot of money off of this, because at one point I got up to 30K sales a month, but I was actively trying to grow. So yes, I was making money, but I was also reinvesting the money. It was a whole thing. It was very boring. I think I've said probably a lot. It was also a lot of work, and I had to drag myself to do it. And if you want to be a successful business owner, if you're having to drag yourself to do it, those two things don't really work out. I also have no interest in supporting billionaires, so I stopped shopping on Amazon unless I absolutely have to. With the constant changing, with every price is getting higher, with even directly through the brand, I decided to stop selling. And it's very nice because now I don't have to do that, and I can focus on sitting on the floor filming with my dog instead of keeping track of accounting and inventory and reaching out to brands and keeping up brand relationships. That's great, and I would like to do that at some point with this YouTube channel, but it will be content-based and not inventory-based, and I think that will make a big difference because I don't like spreadsheets. If I had any advice to people who are still interested in this, I would say make sure you're aware that it is a lot of work, and you need to be a salesperson and a accounting person, and you need to be willing to ask for help and constantly watching other people's videos and being willing to learn new things and being willing to make mistakes, because if you are doing inventory related things, that is going to happen. That is part of the process. So making sure you have enough money and stuff set aside for that. I think even if you try it and you end up hating it, I think you will have come out of the process learning a lot, because I did. Maybe that's just me, but I learned a lot, and I am glad I did it, even though I ended up hating it. I'm hoping I can take everything I did learn from that and put it into this YouTube channel, because I learned a lot. I changed a lot in the past, 4 years. Wild. I've been a business owner for 4 years. I'm kind of hoping that this YouTube channel can make money at some point. yeah, then I can hopefully take that. All right, well, I've been rambling a lot. I'm hoping some of this makes sense. I am hoping I can take everything I learned from the business and put it into being a full-time content creator at some point. I'm really struggling with making TikToks, so I'm focusing on YouTube and maybe Kiwi's Instagram right now. So if you like this video, if you like the video, like the video. If you want to watch more videos like this, like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, I will probably do at least one vlog a week and maybe a sit-down video like this with my dog napping, probably after hikes, because then it's easy and she just stays still when she's tired. That's my journey from selling on Amazon. All right, Kiwi, say bye to YouTube. I think she's napping. All right, well, bye, guys.